welcome to a new episode of Unmasked. This is part of the series. We're continuing the series of what we wish our parents knew or would tell us or would have taught us, whichever one you would want. And thank you so much for supporting our previous video that happened, that we posted the other time. And now somebody else who is going to sit in the capacity of two places, but mostly one. So we have, who are you?
Oh. I almost thought you are going to introduce me, but there we are. Yeah. So, hi everyone. My name is Peter Matere, aka Tesh. I love that name a lot. Nadhani nitaiongeza kwa ID, by the way. And I'm saved. That's the first thing. Christ is Lord. I also want to say that I'm a youth.
Why is that? Why does it sound like it came out of an insecurity?
Unajua unaweza kaangalia hivi afu anze kuona kama
I'm a youth. He's a youth. He's our youth coordinator here at BCN Nairobi West.
Beautiful. That's good. Well said from you. Okay. But I'm also a husband to one lovely lady.
It's good to be specific.
Yes.
In these
times, yeah? Yeah. Called Carol. And we are blessed with two daughters, Jean and Shan. And you can imagine, yes, been there. Yes, nikiingia kwa hiyo hao, mimi tu.
Ndio Charlie.
Ndio chairman.
Sawa. Acha bedeni vizuri umesema. Chairman na chairpersons. So we have Tesh here today and we're going to continue with the series. But today we're going to talk more of a perspective of a new parent, And the first question I have, Tesh, has your relationship with your parents improved as you've grown older and as you've become a parent yourself?
What?
Hey. I'm the one who normally asks hard questions here, by the way.
No, I think Muteti should have been here for us to help each other ask you questions.
No, you're the one who is rightfully here.
Now, on the two bases, relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start with where I am.
As a youth.
As a youth. No, as a young parent.
As a young parent.
As a young parent.
Mm-hmm.
And say the today's relationship literally depends with where I am as a youth in terms of has my relationship grown or become better. Well, I will start by saying the foundations of any relationship matters a lot.
Okay.
From how we used to be then to where we are now. Because if it was not good, it is a struggle to make it good.
So foundations matter, which I agree.
If it wasn't working
before,
you're gonna struggle to make it work because you're more independent today.
Who is supposed to make it work? Is it me as a youth or my parents?
Well, acha tu niseme ukweli. Ina depend pia na circumstance.
May I say, you as an individual, whether you're a parent or a child, I think just do the right thing. So if the right thing is trying to make that relationship work, may I say do it, because it's you can't put that responsibility on anybody else.
But also, let's just be sincere as youths, yeah. Let's just be sincere as youths, yeah. You know, at a time, there is always an age where you are commanded to do things.
Yeah.
There is an age where you feel you want to be heard. And, especially the teenage years. It is a time for you. You want also to make them understand that you are reasoning. So, you have changed. There is also that time when now you have started doing your own things. Umepata ka job.
Uko kampo.
Umetoka home, umeenda kampo. Umepata ka hustle. Uko nje, unakaa kwako. So, in these two dynamics or three dynamics, one, whoever is responsible, because we can't leave it open. There is somebody who is responsible to make the relationship work.
And who is that?
As
The
you said
parent.
correctly, in every age, there is an aspect. So at the age where you're being commanded, your parents
When you're
have
a
to
child.
make the relationship work.
Okay.
At the age where you want to be heard and you want to feel sasa ni wewe, there is an aspect where
That's
both
true.
of you are equally responsible.
Uh-huh.
At an older age, I will also leave it open that both of you have to work towards making that relationship work. So you asked me whether it is better now.
It's better.
Nye yangu, I'm working on it. It is better.
It's a work in progress.
It is a work in progress. I make sure it is working. It is working.
Somehow.
Yes, we are in Africa.
We are in Africa, by the way. I think
Yes.
that's a very important aspect because our belief systems, how
Very
we are raised.
different.
Okay, not everyone also. Because me, I have friends who, hey, are raised with a lot of privilege. Yeah. So when I meet up with them and I say, oh, I have to tell my parents XYZ, I can't do that. Them, they're like, I don't have to tell my parents.
They also know. Everybody walks
Like,
in.
I think even the money issue, I'm going to bring in the money issue because I feel like it's such a big thing. Like, do you think you can talk to your parents about money now?
Well, I'm trying to talk to my two daughters about money.
How is that going? By the
Very
way?
hard, very hard, very hard.
How
Because-
is that?
Very
How
hard.
is it?
Because you talk about saving and you're the person giving out the money for saving, yeah? So, very hard.
Let me ask, when your child comes, how do you even start that conversation? Because I'm imagining now, like as I talk to you, I'm having a bit more compassion and understanding for my parents because I understand that that's a very, it's a very tough topic.
Yes.
But how do you start? What do you tell them at a young age now? Because your children are young.
Let's get sincere. You know why you never talked about money at one aspect is because all your money was out of a demand. You wanted something.
Yeah.
So the conversation here was either apana, sio
Ama
sahi, ama eh. So,
That was the money talk.
and that was the money talk because the money talk was ignited by something. Menda super. So wewe umeona kitu ndio unataka. So the money issue here between parents inakuwaga ya wachana na hiyo. No, it is not now.
You know, there are kids who are never told, So now they grow up and
No,
they feel like money just, or things just come like that.
No, they get a very hard life
That's the thing. But even me, I had a very hard life. I'll tell you why.
after being
It
told.
was-
You just seem to agree. You stayed.
No, like, I feel like I had a very hard life because what I was told in high school, the first money talk I had was with my mom, and she told me, save. Okay.
Okay. Pocket money, I hope.
Pocket money in high school, the one that you're given for high school.
Na itoshagi kununua mikate, unajua.
Sasa wacha nikwambie what I did because I feel like I'm a very smart person for my age.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm joking. But what I did, I used to eat from the dining hall because I didn't find the food that bad. Like sikuwa naona ati ni githeri si ni mbaya.
Wacha tu nikuulize swali. Wewe ndio unauliza maswali, so wacha tu nikuulize swali. Hii concept ya kuona chakula ya seko si mbaya.
Wacha nikwambie kitu. I think the for me it was I went to a school where people were very privileged. Okay? Now the food for them was bad. For me was good.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
You get.
Oh,
For me it was a very good school.
Yeah.
For me.
So the meal was good.
For me, I felt the dining hall was very nice, and I would only buy things from the canteen once in a while.
So saving was possible.
So
for you.
saving for me was something doable. Of
Hey.
course, it taught me because the first time I went to high school, pesa iliisha the first week.
Wacha tu
Then
nikwa.
I called my mom. I told her, mom, ati pesa imeisha. Akasema, Alafu and then
Aliuliza
akasema habari ya
ulifanya na
masomo.
nini?
Hapana.
Okay.
Alisema habari ya masomo nzuri. Sawa, salimia walimu wako.
No, no, let me get it correct, yeah? When the money ended, you called home.
Yes.
You are in a good school.
Now, the thing is, for me, I was so oblivious. Let me say I was oblivious. Because I was like, I was expecting my mom will send me more money. Hey. And then I'm seeing, you see, the people around me were privileged. Don't forget that. Like somebody will get 14,000.
For pocket money. School fees, yeah. School fees ya mtu. School fees ya seko mahali. Hiyo ndio pocket money.
Ndio pocket money ya mtu.
Okay.
Unaingeisha and they will call back and ingetumwa.
Okay, what was said in your canteen? I'm curious.
It was everything. There was bread, a bit of bread, and like just normal things in any other high school.
We also had everything like bread, as you said, but ours I consume 14.
Okay. What I'm saying is, for me, I found it very difficult, of course, but for me, the finance aspect of life, I had to teach myself.
Well,
most of it.
No, well, as I told you, most of the parents' concept of talking about money, and I think this is something that will take time, because even as we are talking today, and I hope the young people there looking and keeping on following us, as they hear this conversation, the question we should be asking ourselves, what difference are we going to make?
What difference have you made as a young parent?
Yes, and that's the point. That's the point. Now, if you start teaching the concept of what comes first, is it the concept of expenditure or is it the concept of saving? But
you see now, finance and money is not all about just saving, because if you tell me save,
yes,
what do I save and what do I spend?
From where are you saving? You know, even that is a concept. From where are you even saving?
My point is, I feel like I wish it would have been a bit more comprehensive, because now I feel like I was an extremist. I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. In high school, I saved everything. See now me.
Now you used to save everything.
Yes. So whatever I used to get, I wouldn't buy anything from the canteen most of the time. And then also, you know, there's a time we striked, so I started keeping money, so just in case we striked and we are sent away, I'll go home. I'll be able to go home. But my point was, I was also not getting as much as other people at 5,000 until halfway through the term. No, but I said, because the food in the dining hall is good, I don't see the point of buying anything. So I would buy like something once in a while, and then I started working in high school. So I used to braid people's hair. And I will be paid like 200 bob, 100 bob. That's what I used to do. And that money, I took it, all of it, and I never used to spend.
And you saved.
And I used to bring it back home.
How was your financial temptation? Because I'm now just wondering.
My financial temptation came after high school.
Oh.
Because I feel like high school had a lot of boundaries.
Okay.
There was really nothing much. But I wish my parents knew that. I knew that. Number one. Number two, I wish my parents knew that times have changed. If you give me 100 bob for today, it's not going anywhere. Let's be honest.
Yes, of course.
100 bob is like just.
Well.
Menda rongai na ukaka huko.
Hata hujafanya kitu.
You've not done anything.
You have not even eaten a lollipop, by the way.
My point is, I think for me, it was the boundaries in high school. Then I got to campus. That's where the issue started. I can tell you for a fact, first of all, the transition from having a hustle and having a constant pocket money was really good. But then I didn't have that privilege anymore. I had to look for a hustle again.
No, again. Then we need to hit on the points, where we really need to take over the teachings.
Yes.
Because, as I said, maybe as a young parent, my daughter My oldest daughter is 8 years. So teaching her the concept of saving right now
Yeah.
may not even make sense
Yes.
to her.
Yes.
But at the transition level,
Yes. I think that's how the conversation should be introduced.
yes, at the transition level or just before the transition level, because if now the people you are used to, you went to campus where you now met all of us, yeah. Unajua campus hakuna privilege, campus sana sana.
Campus is
Campus
everybody. You
is
meet
campus.
everyone.
So I came from where I was hustling. I knew how to plait my hair as
Yes,
a lady.
yes.
So I don't need your help.
Yes.
So now that environment you are, a secured, bounded environment,
Yes.
has now been opened. Competition is high,
I can tell you it was hard.
and now the parents have also said,
Jisot.
so huku hakuna ya pocket money.
Ama even if
Hata
there
wakikupe,
it's ile ya take. There's nothing else. You're not told, okay, when you have this amount of money. For example, I learned the 80-20 rule. You know the 80-20 where you spend 80% and then you save 20% and invest it, and then this is after, maybe if you're Christian you tithe, and then this is after tax as well. Haya, listen, do you know how much tax? Guys, tax. Hey, sema you get money and it's already taxed. Then you take your 10% or however much you take and you tithe it, okay? Then
you're looking at what you're gonna save and what you're gonna spend. So at the transitional level, I think this money issue, and because I really watched, by the way, I watched the last episode 3 times because it was that exciting, where we wanted to say, this is what we wish. And the money issue, two great issues will come because they will affect you over in your life. That was the money issue and the sex education. Basically, those are the 2 major things that will keep on affecting, and they intertwine.
they do.
Because sometimes it's, things go hayway on the sex education, where if you don't know anything, when you are, again, don't have anything, it becomes a problem.
Okay.
But at the transition level, we need to agree that at the transition level, there is what we need to learn. Is it enough out there?
And then I also want to say, I would also want to say that it's very, everybody is also very different. Yeah, not everyone will hustle like me, for example, who started in high school.
Of course, you
know.
you said people are privileged, so I don't expect privileged people
Yes.
to even learn sometimes.
Yeah.
Because there are those who are privileged, yes, and they learn how to hustle.
Yes,
But-
which is important.
But there's somebody who just wants to wait.
I think parenting is so different, but for me, I wish I would have been told, now that you have this money, because now I had saved that money. For example, let's even just take an example. Say I saved maybe 8,000-10,000 throughout high school. Say what napata pesa nyingi.
Okay, at that time.
At that time,
And
and
at
it
your
was
age,
Kibaki's
saving
time.
that kind of
It was
money.
a lot of
Okay.
money. It was a
Yes.
lot. Kibaki's time. So I had 10,000. I would have maybe hoped to know what to do with it.
Now, I now want to ask you that question. As a younger person, younger than me, what exactly would you have wished to be told? Is
To be
it on terms of budgeting? Is it on terms of investment?
Yes,
Is it in terms of how do you use that money? Because you can also be told how to use it.
I will, as a young person, even now,
Yes.
it's because I feel like money is such a learning process. I keep on going, I keep on learning.
And especially the
University of YouTube.
The relationship between you and money.
You guys.
Eh?
Sometimes I actually sit down and ask myself, am I the only one struggling?
No, I don't want to shout. No, they even those who have, they are still struggling.
Me, I feel like I'm really struggling. But at that time and even now, I would have hoped to be guided on investment opportunities, on saving funds even, because just having cash in the house, for me, didn't make sense. And I kept on asking,
Wakamkebe.
Wacha kuweka mkebe. Nilikuwa naeka kwa kakaratasi naikunja vizuri.
Oh. So, okay. You already had a home bank.
Yes, you know. And that was after high school. After I'd saved that amount.
But it wasn't growing.
But it wasn't growing, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I hoped that, and I still hope, because I look for investment opportunities all the time. I hope that I hoped at the time that I could be guided more on, even if it's saving, then maybe on a SACCO or something. Like, I don't know. Like sometimes, because I know my parents have this knowledge.
No, let me ask. Let me also. You know, you told me like I have to pray the two Lords.
Yes.
As a young parent and also as a youth.
Yes.
Can I also say that we assume a lot
As
that
youth.
our parents also know?
We assume.
Well, yes, because at the end of the day, they are our parents. It is our expectation that they know. And sometimes, even those parents do not know. I would assure you, as young people, sometimes even the parents somehow are still struggling, and they are in the school of learning.
I find that so hard to believe.
Yes, as a young person, it is so hard to believe. You know, let me tell you the truth.
Because I feel like how my parents have portrayed themselves. How parents, especially in Africa, let me be honest.
But you see,
even my camera person is agreeing with me.
No, we are parents. How do you expect us not to portray ourselves as parents?
But so now, if I look at my parent as somebody who, this person looks like they know everything.
Yeah.
Do you expect me not to know everything?
Oh, no.
Like, do you expect me not to go with you with all my issues in life?
There is a difference between portraying and knowing it all. Yeah? So I agree. The way parents and of course, I am a hero to my daughters.
Yes.
I am a
as
hero
you
to
should.
my daughters.
Yay!
And they know that their father knows everything. But okay, maybe they're not gonna watch this. But of course, I may also be learning. So the assumption sometimes will put us in that fix because we expect our parents to show us, and some of these parents have also struggling to invest. So not all. Again, here, not all.
As a young person,
Yes.
I think then it would be better if, because I've
We get
Sorry.
to be open. I hope that's not where you're going. We tend to be open and we say, as parents, they tell us, oh,
That's
I don't
not
know
what
that.
I mean.
Okay.
What I mean is, true story. I went to my dad the other day and I told him I think I want to get into the money market fund. Okay, which I have fear, because anything that any investment that I've heard of or that I'm learning of, I learn and then I have kidogo fear. I have
The
fear
risk.
that
The
yeah,
risk
there's
concept.
a risk, yes, but like I still fear because
He's capote.
there's that no,
With
there's
this
that idea
relationship.
that you see before, when all the money was just in the house and I was hogging it.
Unaenda jioni
was just
unaguza
there.
kidogo. When
Hey!
you feel you still have the money.
I feel like that thing is there. You get like that kafia is still there. So I went to my dad and I told him I want to get into the money market fund. You know what he told me? Me too.
Oh.
I said,
Huh?
Wow.
Oh, okay. Okay, there we are.
I said, wow, okay.
So it was a
so which
reality.
one are you going for? And he told me
Mentioned one.
another one abroad.
Uh-huh.
I said, guy, he's already thought of the one abroad. So I told him the one I'm going for that's here in the country.
Locally.
And I said, I'm not going to mention it because they've not sponsored us.
Okay.
But if they want to sponsor us, it's okay. If you're a money market fund and you want to come and sponsor us, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I realized that, and even him is in that journey. But I feel like I've only known that because of where I'm at right now as an adult.
You see, I will take you a little bit back. Then we are tending to agree. Now, and you feel, why had he not shared about the money market? But you see, the answer was, me too. He has been doing an investigation. so that he also has the fear. And every human being has the fear. And you also want to test before you lead. You cannot just take everybody somewhere and then you all go down the river or under the water.
You know
also
what
feel
I
the
told him?
responsibility.
I told him, imagine Embu join the money market fund, then you tell me how it is.
Oh, so you even never leaped the step of faith. So wewe ukamwambia wewe ingia kwanza.
No, I'm leaping it.
Okay,
Slowly, I'm leaping
kiumana.
it. But I feel like that sometimes such conversations are not very comprehensive. Because what I know from my dad is like a lot of the time how you think might not be how it is kwa grau.
You sure?
So so you might do something and then kwa grau vitu ni different.
But again, now you need to realize that in terms of money, in terms of finances, that you have to take the risks. And the risk go either way.
Now you're the one teaching me that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
No,
before.
yes, and you see, that is why we grow in knowledge.
So let me ask you.
Yes.
So what are some of the things? Maybe you can tell us like maybe 2, 3 things, or even 4. If you want to mention 5, it's okay. But what are some of the things you feel like you will do different with your relationship with your children?
Wow.
Even sit nicely.
Well, quite hard because as we mentioned in one of these talks, is that times have changed. So what me as a parent may really desire to see it working, they might reach a point of time have changed, and well, that does not make sense to them anymore.
Yeah.
But I desire, personally, it is my hope and my desire that I will hold on to that relationship of open discussion.
Okay.
Okay, open discussion. But remember, I'm still a parent.
Yes.
There is that point of, there's no discussion here. It is a command time.
Obey.
It is obey. And of course, we add trust upon better. You trust me, what I said was okay.
As your parent.
As your parent, and you obey. The second thing, I may not do a lot, but it is my hope that I can walk with them through the journey. Because now, every child will have that concept of fear. At least if they know a place they can come back to.
Yes.
For assurance.
Yes.
That is, I might have lived a little bit the time when I was a real youth as you are, and your time might have had a difference in terms of, even when you have the fear, you cannot. Home is not the first place you go say.
But
Okay.
it's not even for your time. It's even for our time.
And of course, we have not even removed the notion of the emotional concept. So for the boy child, they cannot cry. Why are you crying?
How can you cry? Why are you crying?
Why are you crying? A young boy is asked, "Wewe kwa nini unalia? Toa utoto hapa."
Yeah.
So it is my hope that I can walk through the journey
With your children.
my children, that they can come home and start that conversation.
Okay.
No matter how silly it looks like, but at least they can know
They'll come home.
I can come home.
Yeah.
And that's where I bring in the prodigal son story. He had his own fears.
Yeah.
He wanted to invest. The money was an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, I can assure you, sex education was an issue. Because if he had a fundamental sex education at home, he would not have wasted his money in those towns.
Yes.
He would not have gone for hizo bash na kila kitu.
Aka waste.
But when he came back to his senses, at least there was a home.
He went back to home.
So that father, that parent was a good parent. Because he could have gone anywhere else. But he said, let me go back home, even if I become a servant.
Yeah. I'm
So,
home.
I'm home. At least I know I'm home. So these are concepts of where every parent, and I included, would hope to see. But well, as a youth, I still hope that my parents that my
Just
parents will
hope.
still be
Willing
willing
and open
for such conversations.
for such things, yeah, because I think at the point where we are at now, the most we can do is not action based. It's a lot more on conversations
Yes.
and talking, because I think where us as if you're an adult now, I think where it has reached, because now you are building a life of your own. So these are the three things. If you've not taken anything else from this video, just know, as a young person, the responsibility is not on your parent only. It's also on you to
Yes.
try and make that relationship work. Because not because that you have to, but because it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
Number two, even you'll be a parent one day, like
Yes, and it's
Even
gonna hit you hard.
you'll be a parent one day, and you'll understand how hard some of these conversations are to your children.
And by the way, just to make it clear, because in the last episode we said some don't even care whether they're gonna be parents or not. Or do I even care?
But it's
Do I have?
true.
You know, some even responded, "Do I even think about it?" But it's good to remind them, you might even be a parent to non-biological children.
Yeah. You're parents by association.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you need to remember that even when you think about becoming a parent.
But I think where it was coming from for such people was they don't see the essence of getting married and having children. So that's what there are people who are trying to say, we want to tell our parents that for us
It is not a must. It is.
it's not by force.
Don't ask us every time you meet
Don't
with
ask us
when-
at every time we go to Shago for family gatherings ati kwa nini hujaleta mtu.
Anyokabi, it's good to let you know it is in us. This question, whether we want to hear it or not.
You will, but
You will
I
just
think
be
you'll hear.
asked.
But I think for me, that just know that the question, we are just a different generation.
Does the question hurt?
No, but we
Uh-huh.
are a different generation. So as a parent, I think it's important for you to know that expect anything. As a parent,
But we still have hope.
there's hope.
Okay.
There's hope.
Okay.
There's hope. But just expect anything as a parent. That's what we want you to know. Yeah? Because even you in your marriage, it's yours. Eh? So there are things that your parents will look at and be like, "Ay, you Tesh, apana." But then it's yours. Just parents expect anything. What you can do is pray.
Hapo nimenyamaza.
Just pray. So just know that the responsibility of trying to bond with your parent is also yours as a young
Exactly.
person.
Yes.
And you'll be a parent one day, hopefully, by the grace of God. So just try and also extend some grace to our parents. I think that's what Tesh is trying to tell us as a young parent. As a parent one day, hata wewe utakapo uone niko hiyo sana, it's very hot, it's very tough out here. So any closing remarks?
Yes. Let me remind every young person that life is a learning process. You never wake up in the morning and you become. You cannot just come from nowhere and poop. You become something. I would want to encourage you that be sure to walk through the process. Learn as much as you can. And where you can, help someone else to learn. You know, I would want to assure you that youth have so much investment options, but we also don't share among ourselves because we are so, jealous. We don't want other people to know what we are doing. If it is genuine, share it. Let someone else also benefit as you grow.
Me, I've shared one. Money market.
Oh, yeah.
See, me, I'm a nice person.
And of course, if you're saving money in the envelopes, your home banks, kindly just make sure you look for a circle. Let that money try
or
to do something for
money
you.
market circle somewhere. But you see now, as I said, it's the fear. So
No.
don't blame somebody if they need. Just do this. Try and find help. Try and push yourself to find help. Get advice. That's what I will say. Because even me, that's what I had to do. To get over that fear is, first of all, understand understand what you're getting yourself into.
Yes.
Once you have the knowledge, you become less fearful. You say, okay, fine.
And we are not discouraging people from keeping money in the bank, but as long as it's not earning you anything, take care.
Honestly,
Yes.
yeah, but that's for me, honestly. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Aki, reality is really hitting you guys. Reality in a hit. Me, I feel like all these struggles I'm pouring out to you guys, I know some of you are going through them also. So don't worry, God loves you, and He loves me too, and He loves us all. That's the most important thing.
Amen. Amen.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So have a very amazing, blessed day, night, week, and I hope to see you in our next video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't kosa, because now you're not being a nice person. There are people who just come and watch and they don't subscribe. Imagine.
Just hit.
Just subscribe. Imagine
where
it's
is
free.
Is it
Imagine
on this end or this here down
just
here?
subscribe.
Yes.
It's free.
Yes.
You don't have to even pay anything. Nothing. Even the effort you will take to work out and come back home. It's just in the couch. Just press subscribe and like and share with anybody who you feel might be help might feel the help from this video. So bye guys.
Cut.